your true lifestyle.
Good day, everyone! Happy Valentines! Timing at BFF! Happy Valentine's sa inyo!
Happy Valentine's Day to all of you and to you, BFF.
Red na red ang BFF.
Of course, kay di, madly in love ko. Kay Papa God.
Yes.
Kay Mama Mary.
Saling nato, no? Valentine's is not only for
Lovers or couples. Yeah.
Madly in love with each other. It's for
Babe.
everyone.
Yes, universal love.
Most of all, it's our love for our
Number one.
Almighty God.
Yes.
Okay. So, BFF, kadamaan kasi ling, wala naman ka-intindi nga agi na celebrate ang Valentine's Day.
Abi, istorya, no?
May isa gani ko no sa una, kapare, Father Valentines, nga nakita ni siya nga ang iya gidya niya passion is to help couples na makapakasal.
Oh, amo na ang gitawag sa isang uli, si Saint Valentine.
Yes, kag nangin martyr ini siya, no? So, kanami gid gali isang iya sini nga ginhimo nga ako sa una, wala gyud ko na kabalo, parte sila. Abi ko ya Valentine's Day para
Oo.
nga.
Abi mo ginimo na siyang tawo nga wala story behind. May story gid galing at taho.
So, this Valentine's episode, we have prepared to you very unique love stories and stories of love nga inyo sinibantayan diri sa inyo nga TLS Plus. Hindi inyo lagat, Lailani Salam Alba,
Ini si Token Lizares.
nagasiling, join us diri lamang sa TLS Plus.
Greetings and blessings, dear friends in Christ. May we find each day truly a blessing from God, despite the many difficulties this pandemic has challenged us. This pandemic has tried us like gold tested in fire. But the sufferings we endure during this trying time will not surely come to waste. You see, something good is born out of it. Our faith is strengthened in moments when we have nobody or nothing to hold on to but God alone. Our hope is fortified in times of desperation, depression, and helplessness. Our love is magnified as we care for others and their needs, even in little ways we can. We may be tested and tried during this most difficult time in human history, but with the eyes of faith, with the lens of love, we strain forward, confident that two good hands carry us along, the hands of a good God. The rapid and aggressive transmission of the Omicron variant, of which for some sound reason hope to be the beginning of the end of this pandemic, somehow sheds a ray of hope that one day, sooner or later, we will all come out from this pandemic. We long that life gets back to normal. If it is true that we are almost at the end of this pandemic, without us having false hopes, we might perhaps as well pause for some moment to reflect on these questions. Who will I be after this pandemic? How was I shaped by my experiences during this pandemic? What did this pandemic taught me as a person and as a Christian? Surely our answers would vary according to how we welcomed the lessons this pandemic has brought us. But one thing for sure, if we come out of this pandemic, we shall see the world in a new perspective, in a renewed faith. This pandemic has taught us many lessons in life, and one of that is the appreciation of the gift of our life and good health on a daily basis. More than ever, we have been grateful children of God because every day He spared us from the virus, otherwise helped us recover from the disease and granted us a new life to be spent more purposeful. More than ever, we have valued the gift of our family members as we spent days of isolation in order to protect them. More than ever, we have been more concerned of our brethren who are in dire need, that despite the fear of getting infected, we find ways to eradicate their difficulties and sufferings, and thus reach out to help them in ways we can. Friends, this pandemic is also a blessing more than a woe. As we say, God can ride straight with a crooked line. And so it is with our experience of enduring everything that this pandemic has given us. God used this pandemic to transform our hearts and our world, so that as we go out of the world after this pandemic, we are a new creation, shaped by His love and wisdom, so that we can witness to our faith and tell others how we have experienced God's goodness and love during this time of pandemic.
If there's one thing in our midst, a sanctuary for the travelers, a second home you can call your own, the food and service at its best will make your stay an unforgettable one. Salting Puka, a place closer to your heart, where everyone is a family and everyone is a friend. Boca Tourist Inn. For inquiries, call 433-3179.
Sining bulan sa Pebrero, ang amon gindesisyonan ni BFF Token nga amon pag-iistoryahan sa aton sini nga Moments with Lei and Token ang mga pinasahi nga mga love stories or pinasahi nga pagpakita sa paghigugma, whether sa bata mo man, sa abyan mo man, or sa isang katawo. And BFF Token, we are very glad because
we have our BFF, Ameline Bravo, to tell us about the beautiful love story of her parents.
Naatuman katahom ini BFF, Miss Ameline, 91 years old, both ang parents mo, siguro magulang ng dutay ang tatay mo sa kay nanay mo. Ano ang nasaksihan mo nga masiling mo nga pinasahi nga pagigugmaan na isang nanay kag tatay mo?
Way back sang gagmay pa kami, no? Although kakita ko nag-aaway sila, kasi do kapigado ba lang nga time, but we are very happy. I remember, supposedly every 6 o'clock in the afternoon, we have Angelos. Tanan kami maluhod gina. Si nanay ang nag-lead sa prayer. May mga Latin pa na siya, nga mga prayer. Hindi ko naka-intindi, ba't sagad-sagad ko pagsabat? Ilonggo ang amon nga gina-Angelos. And then pagkatapos ma-bless kami na 6 children kami sa family. Complete kami na pagka 6 o'clock. Then ang amon na altar taas, ang unang altar natangla ka gina iya. Grabe, naka-devotees ang family ni both sa parents ko. And then may ara na pagka after 6 o'clock, ready na daw ng table. Siyan jutay lang amon sudan. Siyan isa lang kaklase. But ready na may mga pinggan na. So namon suga sa una, wala electricity. No, sometimes pantalya na lang.
Petromax.
Oo, mga Petromax.
Okay.
So dapat 6 o'clock after prayer, mga 15 minutes kaon kami. And then tapos na kaon, may naka-assign maghugas ng pinggan, sino mapakaon sa amon mga ido. Kaya dapat pagka before 8, tulog na kami na because gina limit ang amon nga suga. Na amon na siya. So, but we are very happy. Then pagka-aga-aga naman uli bugtaw. Damo na wala ang do
Routine sa inyo
routine.
pagpapabuhi.
Yes.
Pero
So,
si mama mo kag si papa mo, paano na sila nag-meet?
may grupo na sila eh. May dito sa mga out of town, may group na sila nga do ka mga sosyal man bala. So ilan na bayo inang gahabok, ready na nakapitikot na. Then may fiesta. So isa na di ka grupo puros girls, sa isa di ka mga boys. So ginamatch sila nagkit-anay sa fiesta. Nga mga bayo nagahabok, kitahong gali si nanay magsaot sa una.
Okay.
Kaya sa bayo nga nagalupad-lupad. So dila na-attract.
Ang tatay mo.
Oo.
Okay.
So they got married at the age, I think, of 20.
Wow, grabe. So,
But ang doon nasubuan ko ng apart, kay the following day is their wedding. Then, grabing preparasyon, may mga ihaw nga karabaw, may mga manok na damo, may baboy. Ang father, ang lolo ko, bali, ang father ni nanay, napatay. At, oo, that day, sang hapon.
Wedding day?
O, the following day is the wedding, daw ilang tinipon-tipon.
Before na.
Yes, so na-cancel ang wedding nila. But natutanan siya ang mga baboy yun pang cancel to anay. But I heard, I remember, after pila ka months, nagpakasal gid sila. Then ang ila pa na wedding, bridal car is color black. Sikat-sikat na ako sa una. Oo.
okay.
Di ano matiyag mo ang sekreto nga 69 years of togetherness, ara pa sila gyapon. Ang away-away nga gina-mention mo, normal man na sa mag-asawa.
Yes.
Pero ano gid ang sekreto matiyag mo nga nga nagstay sila together and they're still madly in love?
Yes, I think though very conservative sila is the number one. Though they are very sa family. Biskan maglainay sila o family oriented. Biskan maglainay sila hindi sila pwede magbulnulagay. Grabe ang love nila. Although they got married very at the age of 20, unlike now na kung magpakasal sila 20 bulagay after 5 months sila hindi intact. So doon mo na nakita ko nga siyan gali na kabudlay sa pangabuhi kung gahigug maanay.
Kag may Diyos eh.
Oo, yes, number one. Oo, nga mo pinakita ko na kung may Diyos gali sa inyo sulod balay sa inyo life. Grabing relationship, so very close.
Okay. And how do you, paano mo makitaan ang ilang pagpakita sa ilang pagpalangga sa isa kag isa subong nga nagatigulang na sila, masami nga makitaan mo sila, hindi gid mabuhay ang isa nga walang isa, tabiranay gid permi.
Yes, kay try ko na nga si nanay, gindala ko di sa Bacolod. Then, akig-akig, sa kay tatay, nagsunggod siya. But after 2 days, mapuli. Kay si tatay, si tatay mo tulas, may prepare sa pagkaon. Kaya siling ko, kontra mo man sa buong tatay. Siyempre ako ginakuan, ay hala, grabe gid yung galing love nila. Kay akig-akig na sila. And then, makita sila, mahibi na si nanay, kay mahal kay tatay, makita-anay. So ako gahibi, makuna, pero kakadlaw ko, kaya kinasunlog ko sila, ay mo na gali.
So 69 years ha?
69 years.
So anong plano sa mga kabataan? Mag 70 years?
Last year, 69, nag-celebrate sila surprise. Surprise sila. So, kapangakig sila nga aamugin ni into anay pa to kay hindi sila hilig lang sa damo tao. But ang gini-invite, mga apos, mga kami lang, gid.
Pamilya.
And then, surprise kami, nagkantang apo, naghatag kami gift individual. So, next year, wala pa kami. This year, 17 na sila, wala pa kami ka sa plan. Because ang birthday, anay nanay na-prepare sila. Ang ila birthday, amon gina-prepare.
So, dila mo nakita BFF, no? Before tayo kita mag-proceed sa another love story naman. Dili mo makitaan nga ang simplicity kag ang being God-centered sa pagpangabuhi dako nga bagay kag syempre ang support man sa mga kabataan.
Kag both of them gid ang mag-asawa gid Diyos nun eh. Kaya kung isa lang ang Diyos nun kag isa hindi, amo na isa may tendency. Although damo man circumstances nga Diyos nun both, pero nagabulagay inaila man iya nga kwan. Pero you're so lucky, you're so blessed. Abi mo amilin kag sa edad mo nga ini man subo nga hindi ka pa man niya syempre of course tigulang pero I mean buhi pag ginikanan mo. Kanami gid savor their presence kag palanggaon mo gid sila kay once madula ang ginikanan kasakit gid like ako I lost both my parents na eh wala na. So Well, ara sila.
Cherish.
Palanggaagid. Sa tanan
Sobra.
nga nagapamati, naganalantaw. While may parents ka mo, langgaan yung gid. Kaya kung madula na, hinulsulan yung gid ina.
And, padayon sa aton sini nga moments with Token and Lei, ang mag-asawa naman nga Ray Ascalon and Bing Lopez Ascalon. Malapit na sa ila sini nga 50th wedding
anniversary.
Kag ako nanging saksi man sang ila sini ups and downs sa ila sini nga pagpangabuhi. Kag ang tuman nga pagpalanggaan ay sining duha ka mag-asawa.
Bao do ina, inseparable man na. Inseparable na kung diin ang isa, ara man ang isa. Kag ang pag-take care nila sa isa kag isa kay ti ara na sila sa ila twilight age no masiling ta. Ang isa magmasakit, gina-take care sa isa, maski hindi maimatsyag sa isa. Grabe, gid nga pagpalanggaan ay BFF, saludo, gid ko.
Yes. Kita nga duha, witness sang nagmasakit, no? Si Sir Ray.
Oo.
I know both are top executives during their younger years. Or
Yes.
even at the age of 40 sila. Bing Lopez Ascalon used to be the Vice President of ABS-CBN. And Ray Ascalon is the COO of Negros Navigation, the biggest shipping company.
Yes, mga respetado nga tao.
Kag nakita ko na sila, nga inabalang ka-career gid, ka-career-oriented, mga kabataan nila,
Oo.
ginatipigan man nila,
Oo.
up to the time that they both retired,
Oo.
kag nangin kabahin paghihapon kita sang ilang nga pagpangabuhi.
Oo, kag saksigid kami ni kita BFF Lailani sang ilang nga love story. Dumduman mo to sa nagligad pag anniversary nila sang buhi pa si Mons Vic Rivas. Boy, just dawag gatulo laway ko sang ilang nga pagplanggaanay. Ako pa to ganit ang kanta sang ilang team song.
Yes,
Oo, Hawaiian wedding song.
Istoryahan ta kung paano sila gin sorpresa during that time. Ang nakabalo lang nga magpakasaliwat si Miss Bing Lopez Ascalon lang.
Oo.
Si Sir Ray, wala
Na-surprise.
gid siya kabalo nga amo na may nakahanda siya nga
Oo.
surprise nga wedding. Nga mismo wala sila kabalo nga maabot ang iya nga bata si Lian
Oo.
kag ang iya mga kauturan from Manila. Digto na lang gidalata sila sa simbahan dito sa may chapel sa
Oo.
Redemptorist. Kapag kanta mo, sulod sila
Nakibot siya.
nakibot.
Oo.
Actually nakita ko nagilibion
Oo.
nga amo gani may simple sila nga kasal ara tanan nila nga loved ones, and during that time dito ko kita ang gabi nila nga pagpalanggaanay, no? BFF?
Pati kita gani nagibi kay ka-touching nga love story to ya. Ano-ano man lang ang mga teleserye nga love story man. Kanami-nami gituod kag may isa pa sila ka anniversary iniya amidst the pandemic na, during the pandemic na, no? Nakita ko gid ginahungitan ni BFF
Yes.
Bing si Tuto Ray.
Yes.
Siling ko, wow! Ano,
Nangitan
medyo.
nga, they just celebrated their
Duwa lang
anniversary
gid sila.
together. And iniyan, nadigto man ko nakaluha, nga nakita ko man sila sa Italia.
Oo.
Sila lang aduha.
Oo.
Si Mambing is almost 70 plus. Si
Oo.
Sir Ray Amuman. Sa edad na nga mo na ni Mambing, aga siya nagbugtaw, gin-drive ya.
Oo.
Budlayan na siya mag-drive.
Oo.
Nag-drive siya sa salakyan niya, gidalayan si Sir Ray. Bago lang si Sir Ray nag-ayo
Oo.
sa iya pagka-stroke,
Oo.
no? Kag dito sila nag-date nga duwa.
Oo. Grabe, gid saludo gid ko sa love story
Yes.
nila ya. Kag actually diri sa Negros, kag all over the world man siguro, kadamo pa sa mga love stories nga wala lang takabalo, nga katahong-tahong gid.
Yes. Kag kung kisa pa man kuton ko si Mambing, sometimes kuno hindi siya ka-intindi nga kung sa diin pa sila nagtigulang. Dira pagid nag-grow ang
Nagdalo.
love nila sa isa kag isa. Nga bisan duha lang sila kung kaisa of the night because ang nila sining kabataan sa abroad, isa sa Manila. Pero nakita ko nga they enjoyed each other.
Oo.
Nga happy gid ko nga naka-recover gid si Sir Ray kay nakita ko gid ang pagkasubo ni Mambing pagmasakit ni Sir Ray.
Oo.
Because grabe ang love niya.
Oo.
And because of her love, ang pag-care niya, personal nga pag-care sa iya, no? Kita mo subong? Doon milagro?
Oo. Baskog na naman
Nagtayo,
liwat si,
nagbaskog.
si BFF Rita.
Yes.
Oo. Ang love, gali, no? Ang love, aside from the care, grabe maghatag healing, BFF. Kaya nakita ko gid ang pag-care ni BFF, Bing Ascalon sa kay Ray. Kag amuman, si Ray amuman sa kay Bing. So, actually, ang love story, hindi lang sa mag-asawa ha, ginaklaro ko na. Kay damo man kami i-feature nga lain-lain nga mga stories nga katahom-tahom gid nga hindi naman niya parte sa mag-asawa.
Okay, so bantayan nila ang aton pag-feature sa pagpalangga sa isa ka 5-year-old nga bata sa iya sini nga Iloy. Kakasubong man ang mga madre.
Ang mga madre nga maski ay hindi lang sila nga naga-pray or nagahimo sa ila nga mga ulubrahon, kundi nag-reach out sila kapin pa sa mga victims of Typhoon Odette. Ha? Nagwa sa ilang kongregasyon. Tanan-tanan nga mga madre from different congregations naghatag bulig. Dira mo makita kung ano nga klase love ang ara sa ila tungod sa ila groom nga si Jesus Christ.
And of course, as we end this moments with Token and Lei, we'd like to express our love to our dear Lord.
Yes.
Yes. Siya gid ang ultimate na
Naton nga Valentine. Ako man.
Yes.
Ako man.
Yes.
Kapin pa ako yati. Kabalo naman kamo. I'm single again. Pero wala na kuya plano mamana. Ginaklaro ko da sa inyo. Kay ang groom kuya, si Papa God. Kag si Mama Mary Valentine kung gid na iya.
So, happy Valentine's, dear Jesus, Mama Mary, and happy
Yes.
Valentine's sa inyong tanan. Magkabalik kami pagkatapos sini.
This actor, model, and host is one of my closest friends in the showbiz industry. He has a very kind heart, aside from, of course, he's very good looking. I'm talking about the one and only, may palangga, Lance Raymundo. How are you, may palangga, Lance? Kumusta ka na? Kumusta ang buhay?
I'm fine. I miss you. So happy to see you again. Kahit na ngayong via online lang muna.
Oo.
Nakita ulit tayo, finally. I think the last time I was there was 2019, no?
Yeah,
Before the
tama.
pandemic.
Tama yon. After no, nagka-pandemic, kasi dapat mag-show pa tayo sa Manila tsaka dito hindi natuloy.
Yes, tama.
Please tell us about yourself, your hobbies, tsaka what keeps you busy now amidst this pandemic.
All right, I'm the youngest of two sons of Niña Raymundo, a former businessman, and my mom, who's a former beauty queen and movie actress, si Nina Zaldua is her name before she got married. Dad ko naman was a movie producer and businessman. So, kaya sa dugo namin talaga yung entertainment and being in front of the camera is really part of our, part of our heritage na rin.
I know that you are not just a good singer, but you are also a versatile actor, model, and host. What can you say about that? Please elaborate on that, Pangga.
Actually, I began my career as a model talaga. Model ako ng Levi's jeans.
Okay.
When I was in high school pa lang.
Okay.
And then, modeling open doors para sa showbiz career ko. So, una ko naging career is as a singer sa Viva Records. Si Boss Vic mismo is the one that signed me sa Viva Records back then. I was handled by Angie Magbanwa. Na Ilonggo din siya actually, si Angie.
Yes, she's very she's very popular sa time niya.
After si Angie passed away, nagkaroon ako ng career shift from singer, naging artista bigla ako. Na-discover ko na may talent din pala ako in acting. And it opened a lot of doors because my very first acting break was an international TV series. It was in Singapore. Inabsorb ako ng ABS-CBN last 2009 for the teleserye entitled Pieta. Then after tuloy-tuloy na, hanggang ngayon tuloy-tuloy na yung pagkaka-actor ko. And then hosting naman,
sa mga beauty queens.
By surprise because before the pandemic, I was attending a fashion event by the late Golly Gorospe. I was there to serenade the 50 most beautiful women.
Oh, wow.
Tapos yung host na nakuha nila, I don't know what happened. Parang last minute yata, hindi siya makakapunta. So si Golly was panicking. Tapos sabi sa akin, ikaw na mag-host. So napilitan ako mag-host. Turns out, it came out naturally and then I did a great job. So ever since that, palagi na akong binubook as host. And now I've hosted pageants here and abroad. And I have my own web show also called Brand Start Race to the New Norm. So tuloy-tuloy na siya.
What can you say about this pandemic that hit us all? Did it also affect your career?
Well, it affected everyone around the world. Hindi lang sa Pilipinas. Everybody was really affected and are still being affected right now kasi hindi pa naman tapos yung pandemic. So, it's a test of faith, a test of resilience and endurance, and also a test of kung gaano ka maabilidad na tao din. Because dapat tayo, we never limit our potentials, di ba? Kung nawalan tayo ng ibang mga facilities because of COVID, then we should search and find other ways to survive. And obviously, buhay pa rin tayo lahat. So it means na us, not just Filipinos, but human beings in general, we really have that survival instinct, diba? And it makes us stronger in the end. So we learn a lot of things right now. Tapos pag wala na yung COVID, all these new learnings magagamit pa natin in the new normal. So it makes us better and stronger people.
Okay, Ga, let's talk about your brothers. Di ba, Raymundo is your brother na equally talented?
Si Rani actually, para na siyang David Foster or Quincy Jones of the new generation. Kasi siya na yung may-ari ngayon ng Madhouse Music. It's an independent music label. And then he discovers all these raw, fresh talents around the country. No matter kung rich or poor.
Wow.
So talagang si Rani, wala siyang bias kung saan nanggagaling. He knows how to find real talents. And all these talents, sinasign niya under the Madhouse label. And they're finding their breaks online. So I'm inviting then people to check out Madhouse. Kung may talent kayo, feel free to submit music to Raymundo. And he's gonna hone you and train you and make you and maximize your talents.
Ga, pwedeng favor? Sample naman nun? Oh, sige.
Oo naman. Ngayon na?
Sige. Oo! Sige, Ga, please.
Automatic to the side, gotta get over this high. Just one touch and you be driving me crazy. You got a smile that's heaven sent. I wanna love you till the end. Promise that you won't be breaking my heart. No, no.
Ang galing, Ga. Alam mo, gustong-gusto kong yung song na yan. Oo, nakita ko, di ba? Pinopost mo. Ganda.
Yes, thank you.
Ganda.
I'm glad you like it.
Ga, okay. Bring us back to that fatal accident that happened to you years ago.
Okay, what really happened kasi I got accepted to play the role of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
For the production of Lou Veloso. Ako naman, as an actor, syempre gusto ko, pag gumanap ako, pati itsura ng character, kuhang-kuha ko, di ba? And we know that Jesus Christ is a manual laborer, naging carpentero siya. So yung body ko na parang fit sa isang mamahaling gym, hindi siya katawan na parang si Kristo, di ba? So I decided to find a very simple place. Yung mga yung pinupuntahan ng pangkaraniwan na tao ng gym. And then, sabi ko sa trainer doon, gusto ko maging malakristo yung body ko. So train me here, walang aircon dito. Yung talagang, di ba? So I had good intentions, kaya ako pumunta sa gym na yun. Because I wanted to do justice to my portrayal of Christ, di ba?
Kaya pala, may milagro nangyari sa'yo.
Yes, on my first day of working out, which I dedicated to the character, hindi naman sinasadya ng coach. Na-excite siya kasi di ba may artista. Habang nag-workout akong ganun, sabi niya, pare, tignan mo kung sino tinatrain ko, may artista dito. Pagka balik niya sa akin, natisod siya.
Oh my!
Natisod siya, yung weights na nakasabit sa taas, hindi siya yung hawak kong weights, ha?
Iba.
Nasagi niya, tapos nahulog na sa face ko. And that weight that fell on me, it's 105 pounds.
Ano yung una mong naramdaman nung mahulog sa'yo? Nawalan ka ba ng malay? Did you feel the pain right away?
I wasn't aware kung gaano kasama yung nangyari kasi wala akong naramdaman. I was numb. And then all of a sudden, I realized na parang yung world palang lumiit. Yun pala yung isang mata ko, pumasok na sa mukha ko.
Ay!
Ito nga. So, isa na lang yung mata na gumagana. Tapos I was like, wala ako makita halos. Then I could hear people
shouting
as if someone died. As if hindi mga umiiyak na.
So, mga dugo.
Lumalapit sa akin. Kaya hindi ko pa alam what's happening. And then I tried to stand up. Akala ko wala. Only to realize, halos hindi na ako gumalaw. Halos parang half paralyzed na ako.
Oh,
and then,
my goodness.
Dun lang nag-sink in sa akin nung sabi, tulong-tulong, hila. Pagkahilang ganun, I heard parang crack, parang gumano. Tapos tinanggal pala sa skull ko yung bakal. I was like, this is serious. So, ako naman, yung senses ko, buti na lang, thank God, I was trained by my parents na not to succumb to panic. So, I was still calm. Sabi ko, okay, take me to the hospital right now. Sabi ko, I don't have much time. Tapos yun nga, nararamdaman ko na yung spirit ko, parang lumalabas na sa katawan ko.
Munti ka na mamatay, ga?
Yeah, I could feel it na.
Actually, dying ka na.
Ko, I was holding on. Tapos ito nga yung gusto kong i-share. Yung bago ako malabas sa gym, sabi ko, yung nakahulog, tawagin yung kakausapin ko lang muna.
Oh my
Tapos,
gosh.
Hinila siya. Tapos that's when I told him, sabi ko, Coach, I forgive you. I just want you to know I forgive you. And sabi ko, if I die, don't ruin your life. Hindi mo kagustuhan to. Accidental lang to. So, if I don't make it, continue with your life and try to forget about this. But just be careful para hindi na maulit. And then the second thing that I want to share, alam niyo yung next na ginawa ko? May cellphone ako, no? Nagawa ko pang i-auto-dial yung mommy ko. Para sabihin
na situation
ko, di ba? But because kilala ko yung mom ko, my mom loves me so much, kung malaman niya eksaktong kung anong nangyari sa akin, she may have a heart attack dahil sa nervyos, di ba?
Oo, syempre.
So ginawa ko, with all my sufferings, pinilit ko
magsalita.
To sound normal on the phone.
Grabe ka, daga.
As in, halos wala na akong boses. Pero when my mom answered, I was like, hi, Mom! Sabi, with my most normal voice. Like, Mom, meet me in Cardinal. I had an accident, but obviously I'm okay. I'm still here. So just call Dad and the family.
I salute you. Grabe, I salute you.
When I put down the phone, bumalik na yung halos walang boses. Di ko alam kung paano ko nagawa yung voice na yun. But that time, hindi ko mapigil. Humihiwalay-hiwalay ako sa katawan. And in short, parang namamatay na kayo. Naisip ko si Mom tsaka si Dad. And Randy, I don't want to give them the heartbreak na pagdating nila sa Cardinal, bangkay ko na lang makikita nila. Kasi that's gonna be so painful. So, I was holding on to life for the sake na at least makita pa nila ako before I go. Yun yung naiisip ko na. Kasi as in, kumbaga yung kapit ko sa life, parang ang nipis na lang. Kasi as in, konting relax na lumalabas ako eh. So,
tsaka pwede kang maubusan. Pwede kang maubusan ng dugo, guy.
But then, the blessing is, the fact that I forgave the trainer, kalmado ako. So, pag kalmado ka pala, hindi ka agitated, yung blood flow,
hindi siya masyado.
Nagsusubside. Nagsusubside siya mabilis. Kaya yung, the reasons why I should die, kumbaga, na-cancel out siya, and that's the reason why I survived. So when I made it to Cardinal, the doctors were so shocked why I'm still alive. I was face to face for the first time sa bago kong anyo, which is the face that you can flash in your screen now. Yung mukha kong medyo pangit na, di ba? Nagulat ako, maybe because I still have that forgiveness in my heart. Yung walang negativity. Yung una kong reaction nung nakita ko yung mukha kong yan, was thankfulness. Thankfulness for the fact that I'm still alive. Parang yung mata ko nun, yung spirituality yung mas nananaig. Parang I was able to look through my physical appearance and look at my person. Sabi ko, but I'm still the same Lance. I have the same heart. I have the same spirit. I have the same ability to love. I have the same ability to learn. So with this space, who's gonna stop me in realizing my dreams? You know, yung talino ko nandun pa din. If I want to be the next senator or president, hindi naman mawawala yung chance ko dahil pumangit na ako eh. Kasi i-offer ko naman galing ko, dunong ko. So in short, only 1% of me changed. Ito lang. I don't mind living the rest of my life like this. And I'm going to be an example to people that this doesn't limit a person's capacity to be the best that he could be in society. One of the reasons kung bakit naging madali para sa akin yung pag-cope dito sa pandemic, habang tumitibok yung puso natin, yung pag-asa, hindi nawawala, di ba? So it's part of our adventure in life to find ways to survive. And that's what I did during my own personal trial. Like yung nawala yung mukha ko, di ba? Normally, I should have wanted to kill myself, di ba? Especially, kabuhayan ko was my looks as an actor, di ba?
Tama.
But you have to learn to see what really matters eh. So what really matters talaga is what we are from within. So that's what I want to share to everyone, na there will always be hope. The fact na pinabayaan tayo ng Panginoon na mabuhay ulit this morning means our mission continues and we should find ways to survive, to fulfill this mission.
So, Ga, thank you and love you, miss you, and regards to your mom and dad, tsaka kay Rani, tsaka sa lahat ng mga family members mo. And one day, I hope I'll be able to meet your parents too. And I'll see you again.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things in the future waiting ahead pa for us.
Yes,
So,
Plangga.
See you soon.
Thank
Take
you.
care,
Thank you,
everybody.
Pangga.
Stay safe and
Take
stay
care,
healthy sa
ha.
lahat.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
If there's one thing in our midst, a sanctuary for the travelers, a second home you can call your own, the food and service at its best will make your stay an unforgettable one. Salting Boca, a place closer to your heart, where everyone is a family and everyone is a friend. Salting Boca Tourist Inn. For inquiries, call 433-3179.
Isa sa kinakabig nga pinakamataas nga summit na nasakpan sa Wales, amo ining bantog nga Snowdonia. Nga kadamaan sa mga bisita sa Wales, ang ginatingwaan gid nga masaka ining summit sa Snowdonia. Dili, nato may baluan ang sabat sa aton sining report sa aton nga Around the Globe.
Snowdonia is a mountainous region in northwestern Wales and a national park of 823 square miles. Snowdonia National Park is a living, working area home to over 26,000 people, as well as being the largest natural lake in Wales. Snowdon Mountain Railway is the highest mountain in Wales at an elevation of 1,085 meters above sea level. It is the highest point in England and Wales and the principal massif in the Snowdonia Mountains. It's one of Wales' most famous and recognizable landmarks and is well worth a visit. When you visit Snowdonia, observe social distancing at all times. Maintain safe distance between group and hikers. Wear comfortable ankle-supporting walking boots and suitable clothing. The terrain can be uneven and the weather unpredictable. You'll need a waterproof and windproof jacket and over trousers. It's important to maintain your energy levels as walking can be really hard work. Snowdonia is world-renowned for its rugged landscape and Welsh culture. It is a mountainous region in northwestern Wales. The park's historical Snowdon Mountain Railway climbs to the summit of Wales' highest mountain. Mount Snowdon offers a view across the sea to Ireland. Isa sa makabignaton doog sa Boracay kung sa diin tuman katahom nga bahin sining paraiso amo ang Puka Beach. Nga kadaman sang mga bisita sa Boracay nagatingwa gid nga mabisitahan ining Puka Beach. Diin bala ining Puka Beach kaga at tuman katahom ini nga beach resort. Ini ang maging focus sa aton nga topiko sa aton nga around the region. Puka Beach is 800 meters long and fronted by a cliff with a forest alongside it. The sand is coarser than that of the white beach due to the small bits of coral mixed with it. In the past, the beach also used to be lined up with puka shells, which is where it got its name from. Puka may not have the same fine white sand of Station 1, but it more than makes up for it with fewer developments around, a beautiful beachscape, fewer crowds, and idyllic atmosphere. Located in the northern part of Boracay, Puka Beach has a tranquil seaside atmosphere and you will see very few visitors. Puka Beach, also called Yapak Beach, is a relatively quieter area compared to the popular Station 1 to 3 along Boracay's most famous beach. Puka Beach is my favorite beach in Boracay due to its raw beauty. It is not yet for commercialized, therefore the coast is not yet heavily visited. Puka Beach is indeed a quiet retreat with a dense tropical forest bordering its white sand and pristine water. Ato naman bisitahan ang isa ka duog nga nahamtang sa syudad sang Silay, particularly in Barangay Patag, kung sa diin ini ginatawag nga Pope John Paul II Resort. Ano pala katahom ini nga resort? Kag nga madamo sa ato mga kauturan ang nagakakto diri. Visit Pope John Paul II Mountain and enjoy the panoramic view of nature. It is the greatest place to heal and recharge. A must-see place in Lantawan, Barangay Gimbalaon, Silay City. The resort, named after Pope John Paul II, makes you feel that you are never alone and that the Lord is with you on your journey every day of your lives. a sanctuary and communion with nature for many who wants to reflect on the past with gratitude, live with the present with enthusiasm, and look forward to the future with confidence with these biblical verses. You can order native chicken or savor their native coffee with kamote fries. Also try their native foods like bukayo and mango tapioca that's really better eaten with their native coffee.
Bun is a local burger joint that utilizes only the freshest ingredients that you can find, the freshest produce. Everything is made and produced daily. So a little background behind what Bun is. Bun was actually a thesis of mine, and I graduated entrepreneurship here in the University of St. Lasal. I was required to implement some form of business in order to graduate. So I spoke to my uncle, Uncle Tom, shout out to Tom, and I asked him what I should do for my thesis. I asked for advice. I told him, Tito, I wanted to open a restaurant. I want to be like you. I want to be like my lolo. I want to be, in that line of business as well. He said, you know what, you're only, 18, 19 years old. You're don't be a little too ambitious. Do something you could work with. How about burgers, right? So I decided to put up a little burger joint. And we've been around for a little over 2.5 years now, going to 3 years next August. about the burgers that I carry. And it's pretty simple. I love burgers of all sorts, and I think the burger is such a complex and diverse product that you can really do anything that you want with it. So the products or the burgers that I carry are basically burgers that I would like to eat personally. And the burgers that I have, they're not necessarily condiments or burgers that you see typically. Like we have burgers with all sorts of toppings, such as chicken skin that you would rarely see on a common burger. So I think to answer your question, it's just the uniqueness and the complexity of the burgers that I have, and it's really something that you can't really find anywhere else. So,
And the love
that I put into my burgers, you won't see anyone else putting that much love. I just want to invite everybody to come out at the University Courtyard along LaSalle Ave. We are open 6 days a week. From Monday to Saturday, we're open from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. So come out, come have a drink, come have a burger, come have some fries, and just enjoy the good ambience of our alfresco dining here in the Burger Bar. So thank you for everything, and have a great day.
Kag sa ato nga segment persona, ato naman kilalahon ang isa ka true-blooded Kabankalanon, isa ka Ilonggo, Atty. Alex Lacson. Sino si Atty. Alex Lacson? Sa sininga segment, persona. Best-selling author of patriotic books is from Kabankalon City, Negros Occidental. Also a lawyer, businessman, and civil society leader, Alex Lacson's first passion is writing. Alex is a graduate of the College of Law of the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and took a short summer program at Harvard Law School.
When I was young and growing up in Kabankalon, jutay pagid lang ang mga panimalay sa amon lugar, sa amon barangay. In fact, outside of our house, there was a long stretch of tubuhan, kag maisan. And I grew up in those fields of mga tubuhan kag maisan. Pero bilang kami nagapangos tubo, nagasakay sa karabaw, upod sang manghod ko, pero milang kami nagapang tiro, pispis, usab sang amon nga tirador. Kag kada ulan, kapaligo kami permi sa ulan, bisan bagyo. Those were days of complete innocence, of genuine joy and happiness for me. I really miss and love those days of my youth.
He was the son of a town surveyor and a public school teacher. He finished his elementary at Erams and high school at Kabankalon Catholic College.
My father did not come from the landed Lacsons of Negros. Papang did not inherit anything from his parents. But he was lucky to become an assistant of a land surveyor in Kabankalon when he was young, and so he learned how to survey land, and he became a land surveyor himself. Si Mamang naman, she was a public school teacher, teaching grade 2 pupils all her life. Na-assign siya sa lain-lain nga various barangay sa Kabankalon until retirement. My wife and I belong to the old school. We believe that we don't have to cheat, to steal, or to be unfair, or to be unjust to people to get ahead or to succeed in this world. We believe in the power of education, of hard work, of a smart way of doing things, and you can succeed in your own field.
Alex has so many cherished memories as a young boy, from being a typical playful and adventurous person into a faithful servant of God, being a sacristan.
I also enjoyed the 4 years when I was a sacristan or altar boy sa Kabankalon Cathedral. So many damo kid kaayo sang happy memories with the others, ang iban nga mga sakristan, iban nga mga altar boys nga kaupod ko dito. Pareho man nga mga high school. And I also became very close with a number of priests, ang parish priest nam. And I learned from all of them. I learned from their passions and for their love for the poor, for their concern for sa mga pigado.
In 2000, at the height of the ASEAN crisis, Alex thought of migrating his family to the US or Canada. But after thinking about it, he and his wife decided to stay. With a burning desire to help the country, Alex wrote his first book entitled 12 Little Things Every Filipino Can Do to Help Our Country.
Out the country, I decided to become a writer for the country. A writer of books that would promote love and sacrifice for our country and fellow Filipinos, especially the poor. So that's how my first book was born. The 12 Little Things Every Filipino Can Do to Help Our Country. I wrote it for 7 months. I rearranged my life for 7 months. Why ako nagbaton sa dinner meetings with clients or socials at night for 7 months. During the day, I was very busy at work as a lawyer, but at night, for the next 7 months, I devoted all of those nights doing research and writing the book. So today, while I am a lawyer by profession, my first passion really is writing books for the country, books that promote love and sacrifice for our country and among Filipinos, helping one another, especially the poor sa mga pigado.
In August of 2020, Alex published 500 Years Without Love, a book he finished writing after 8 years.
So 10 years ago, it became a dream for me to write a modern version of Jose Rizal's Nori ni Tangere. And this book, the 500 Years Without Love, my latest book, is that book. It took me 8 years to finish it. I published it last year. It is my humble attempt to write a modern version of Jose Rizal's Noli ni Tangere. So it talks about the present-day social cancer and its root causes or the major factors causing our country's social ills today. I consider this book as one of my best books. I love this book. 1,000 bits and pieces of my heart and my soul are in this book. It is important for our youth today to understand why many Filipinos are poor, why many families are suffering in poverty, and why our country, our Philippines, is a weak country in the global community of nations. It is important for our youth to know the root causes, the major factors causing the weakness and our poverty as a nation.
About 500 residents availed of a free medical services rendered by volunteer doctors headed by Dr. Wenrol Espinosa and Dr. Ruel Halea at Mambaroto Covered Court in Sipalay last January 15, with the eagerness to personally serve the victims of Typhoon Odette. I, together with the local superior of Siervas de Maria and the missionaries of Charity, also extended our assistance to the volunteer doctors. Among the services rendered were treatment of the wounds, the conduct of physical examination, release of diagnosis, and provision of free medicines. The group also distributed relief goods in the form of rice, canned goods, bread, used clothing, milk, toys, and water. Our heartfelt thanks to all those who extended their help either in cash or in kind. God bless everyone.
sa Diyos ang ating buhay. Ikaw at ako, tanging handog lamang, di ko ninais na ako'y isilang, ngunit salamat dahil may buhay. Ligaya ko na ako'y isilang, pagkat ako ay mayroong dangal. Sinong may pag-ibig, sinong nagmamahal, kundi ang tao, Diyos na pinagmulan. ay mayroong dangal. Sino may pag-ibig, sino nagmamahal, kundi ang tao. Diyos ang pinagmulan, kundi ako ibig, kundi ko mabigyang halaga ang buhay ko handog, ang buhay kong hirang sa Diyos, kundi ako nagmamahal. Sino ako?
BFF, gina-invite kita naton ang aton nga mga kauturan to watch TLS sa Facebook at YouTube. Dapat lang sundon nyo ang amon sining mga episodes. Nagpangabay gid kami. Hindi kay kamo maginusol. Bangod katahom gid sa amon ginahanda nga episode sa inyo para lang mapahalipay kamo.
Kagdamo gi kamo matun-an. We promise you.
Again, Facebook, follow us sa Facebook and
YouTube.
TLS, TLS, true lifestyle for you and your family. TLS, your true